Hello all. Have you ever sat by the window and saw a bird flying and sitting at the branch and then doing something and then just flying off uh, and wondered, "Oh, can I have that freedom, come go to a place where I want to and then just fly up to somewhere else uh, and be real, I think, and be happy about it. In my life experiences, I have seen that the real happiness doesn't necessarily come when you are confidently pitching to somebody or in a meeting talking about something important or just presenting something. It's mainly when you talk to yourself or talk to someone honestly and openly. And that's where I felt the real joy. And I wanted to share that joy with you all. So, welcome to Mind. Talking about myself, I'm my name is Milind and I'm 47-year-old. Now, generally I've heard few podcasts and I've seen that there is a age category and every age category has been named to something, right? For example, 20, when you're in 20s, you're bold. When you're 30s, you're basically shaping up your life. When you're in 60s, you're wise or intellectual. But what about me? I'm 47, so I'm somewhere in between, right? I've seen enough, but I'm still fresh to write my later part of the life. So I'm in between, and I'm not trying to claim that I've been successful or failed. I had a mix of both. And the idea of Mind to Mind is to share this life experience to the world. And perhaps as a 20-year-old, you can relate to it. Perhaps as a 30-year-old, you can relate to it. And sometimes might be people who are elderly who can relate to it. One of the reasons why I wanted to talk also is that in this life of 47 years old, imagine till the age of 24, never flew up in the plane, and then suddenly by the age of 40, 42, I have been into 7 different countries in the world, lived there for a good amount of time and done a lot of travel. So I felt that in a short span, sometimes you gather a lot of experience, right? You meet multiple people of multiple geographies, uh, different kind of people, right? And that actually can enrich your own thinking, knowledge, experiences. And through that journey, I have seen, I have also gathered hobbies, for example, doing bird photography or in general photography, my love for the nature, flowers, the greenery and stuff like that. A lot of travel, of course, because those 7 countries does make you travel a lot. And so all this while I was also fortunate to have a good health and to keep up with that. For example, in last 10, 12 years, I had been, for my height of around 6 feet, I'm always maintain around 80 to 82 kg weight, and that is something which also I can talk about. In general, how to manage finances. I come from a very low, at the start of my life, I would say, we had a very low middle class life and almost towards poverty line. And from there, keeping up or coming up through education and through, I would say, in general, discipline, of managing finances with a little bit of middle class mentality and all that. But it has really helped me to shape up and be into a financial space which I am, and I can share those as well. So I would like to see how many of you would like to touch upon the topics that I just mentioned, such as financial management or your career management or how to balance between basically true happiness of life, small moments here and there, and be happy in general. I'm not claiming that I'm entirely happy. Of course, there is a way to go in life, but I think I'm content, and I think that is a great feeling, without being overly spiritual or without being overly a saint. Like, I think I've figured out a way where I can be happy. Of course, I'm sad at times, I'm very angry at times, and things like that. But generally, I would say I have managed to make a peace with myself, or in general with life, and that's something I can talk about. So I would like to say that if you think that this age is relatable, or what I'm saying is relatable, then please share your comments, your topic in the comments, and let me know if anything that you want me to talk about particularly. It's my first podcast, so I will make mistakes. I will not necessarily look at the camera in a nice way. I cannot do any dramatics, to make it any interesting, like a dance or something. But I'm going to make an honest attempt to talk about life in general. And very thoughtfully, I thought of a channel name, which is Mind to Mind. See, end of the day, it's a global world now, and it's a remote world. It's people have perhaps no time or a premise to meet one-on-one, but that actually also opens up another completely different opportunity of being global, being available for somebody who really want to have a conversation, right? Share the sorrows or share the joys, and feel that without being judged, the information is shared or the life experience has been shared. So I with this thought, I have started this podcast named Mind to Mind, and don't mind to come back and join us, right? Don't mind to share your experiences, and also ask me if you want to hear anything particular about my life. In the description, I'm going to write about the topics that I can talk about, but then I'm generally open, and all this, my responses will be my opinion. So it's not necessarily a perfect judgment on anything, but it's about a perspective of how one, which is a 47-year-old, a global citizen, so to speak, thinks about certain things, right? Obviously, we are going to avoid topics like politics and stuff, but in subtle way, I can touch upon those also. I had been fortunate to be part of the world where significant events has happened in a particular country, and I was there present, and I've experienced the wow of it. For example, Mr. Barack Obama getting elected in 2008 in USA, phenomenal historic event. Olympiad 2012 Olympiad. Olympics Games. Olympiad is running in my mind because of my daughter. Olympics. So 2012, holding the torch, in my hand. And the elections in general, whichever country I was there was somehow the state elections were happening, or there were other country elections. For example, 2014, I was in India, and when Mr. Narendra Modi got elected, a historic election. So those I can also talk about. Fantastic experiences. So from life in general, to bird photography, to loving the nature, to keeping up with certain health, to keeping up with certain disciplines, or certain eating habits, so to speak, or managing health in general. I can talk about how to perhaps keeping it peaceful inside your mind. For last I would say 10-12 years, I have experienced almost every day, and when I say almost, I mean 90 to 95% of the time, perhaps more than that, a peaceful 7 to 8 hours of sleep every day. And that's so important. I realized that it is so important. So there are topics that I can talk about, and I of course would like to hear your stories as well. So let's make it interactive. Let's please join this Mind to Mind podcast. Subscribe and share your experiences, or we can have a chat about it, and it will be published on YouTube channel. That way it becomes more conversations across the globe with multiple people. And with this, I'm going to conclude the episode 1. It's more of an introduction and the topics that I can talk about, and looking forward to a response from you all. Thank you so much. Take care.